Was one of his buddies who had bought the farm. Well, not in that sense of term. He had actually physically purchased the farm. Really early Saturday morning and I'm hitting the road. I said in my last video I'm heading west. Heading west, people. Heading west. We're heading west. We're going to where there's gold. Gold in them there hills. So in any event, back to my story. We're heading to Albany. I say we. I mean me and you. Allie had a really long work week. Allie got a promotion at work, so everybody say congratulations to Allie, and I'll make sure that she reads the comments. But, well, if you want to, I'm not forcing you to, but Allie got a pretty good promotion at work, and she had a really long week, so she decided to stay home. That and just to take care of the dogs, to get some other things off her plate. She just hasn't had a lot of time this week. She's been getting home late every night. I'm flying solo this morning. I just pulled up, gonna get some fuel because it's early, and just getting ready to hit the road, go out and see Chub. If you guys go way back in your files to earlier videos when Matt at Iron Trap Garage did some of his first, if not one of his first mail calls, Chub had pinstriped some things for him, and I believe at one point I think he maybe sent down a few other things additionally after the fact that Matt had done like giveaways for and whatnot. But like on his Christmas giveaway, Chub had sent me several pinstriped items that he had done. He's a hobbyist pinstriper. He's not a, I don't want to say like he's not a full-time professional pinstriper. He does it on the side as a hobby. He reached out to me a couple months back and said he's got some Model A parts that are tucked away in a barn from one of his friends, and we got it all set up. And now today I'm taking a ride out to go meet Chub, and I'm gonna pick up those pots, probably go grab some lunch, and then I'm gonna make the trip back. So I got about a 3.5-4 hour ride. So it would have been good to have Allie here with me, but that just isn't the case today. So you guys are gonna go along for the ride with me. I think some of you guys really like the videos like this. I'm gonna grab some fuel, and we're gonna hit the road. All right, let's get some fuel. Do you hang the cap on the hanger? You don't wanna scratch your paint. The dollar goes way up way faster than the gallon does nowadays, huh? Yeah, suck. Still going. I'm gonna grab a coffee, then we're gonna hop on the highway and make that trip west. Guys, I'm a little over an hour into my ride, about an hour and a half, I guess. So I'm heading out to see Chub, as you guys know, as I had said earlier in the video. Chub had reached out to me months and months ago and told me that there was an old farm near him where he has permission to hunt, the deer hunter. And inside the old barn were some Model A parts. I guess those Model A parts consisted of the remnants of a Model A. Not at the time, I didn't know what that Model A was. The Model A at some point in time, probably in the 1950s, which seemed to be around the era when this happened. These things were converted into what is known as a doodle bug. And I had asked him just to measure the doors, and that would tell me what the vehicle
was that donated these parts. So what the parts are from is a 3031 Model A sedan, two-door sedan. Thought at first it was probably a Model A, a double A truck or a Model A pickup, but I'm fairly certain they're from a sedan. If you weren't familiar with the differences on Model A's, on a 3031 coupe, the doors are roughly 27 inches front to back. And on a sedan or a pickup truck or a closed cab truck, they are a little over 29. They're roughly 29 and an eighth, or 29 and a quarter. I think it's 29 and an eighth. So that was obviously a giveaway as to what the donor vehicle was from these parts. There's also a windshield frame with the wiper, the vacuum actuated wiper motor on it, a pair of headlights, a seat. There's also a set of 18-inch Kelsey Hayes wheels, a pair, just two of them. At this moment I don't have a 3031 sedan or a pickup to put them on, so I'd like to kind of put them back out there to the people that need them. Well, I'm in New York State, guys. I'm not far from Chubs' place, probably about 10 minutes away. And a beautiful part of the country. This part of New York, it's just all hills and mountains and valleys. I don't know if this is the Hudson Valley, but look down there. It's just all farmland. As far as you can see, farmland, fields, old farms. This part of the Northeast is just beautiful. Western Massachusetts, Vermont, upstate New York. Probably gonna make a pit stop before I get over to his place. Again, kind of bummed Ellie wasn't able to make the trip with me today. She's home with the dogs, kind of just hanging out. She had a long week. Looks as though the rain's kind of letting up, which is perfect timing. It's been raining the whole time I've been driving. About a little over a 3-hour drive, which GPS originally told me it was going to be about 3:45, 3.5.
Please turn next right. Then turn left immediately.
So I made pretty good time. I tend to have a heavy foot. I want to find a place to grab a quick snack.
You will arrive at your destination on the right-hand side after 600 feet.
What's up, buddy?
Morning, everyone. Sunday morning. I'm back from New York. I went out yesterday and met with Chub and his wife Barbara. Amazing people. And Chub had, obviously, I let you guys know I was going out to pick up some Model A parts. So the backstory on these Model A parts you can see them behind me is years ago, 30 years ago, Chub first saw the doors in the old barn in New York where he lives, up in House Cave, New York. And it was one of his buddies who had bought the farm. Well, not in that sense of term. He had actually physically purchased the farm, and in the barn, the parts came in the barn. So he said that a lot of people have been asking for those parts over the years, but he had told Chub, when you're ready, come and get them, they're yours. So I purchased those off of Chub, plus some of the other parts there and a few other things that are already in the building. What I'm trying to figure is I kind of figure that
So the doors are off of a two-door sedan or truck. The seat is from a two-door sedan. That's the passenger seat from a two-door sedan. So the front seat. I have to assume it was a two-door sedan that was cut down and made into a doodlebug back in the day. The word is that they've been sitting in that barn since the early 50s. So about 70 years. And the condition of the doors certainly tell that same story. The doors are in beautiful shape. There's a complete windshield frame down there. It's in wonderful shape. I'll show you guys. Take a walk around. I'll show you guys what I ended up getting from Chubb. All right, pardon the wind. Hopefully it's not too loud. But these are the doors. See some old brushed paint. So it's not the original paint on them, which I wouldn't expect it to be. But you can see the condition of these doors. They have the door cards on them, glass. Unfortunately, on the way home, things shifted in the hand crank on the regulator on this particular door. The driver's door broke off. Sucks. I was so careful. I don't know where it is. It's here somewhere. Oh, it's right there. I was so careful. Thought we had things wrapped in towels and everything else, but I'm really bummed. You can see at some point things were cut off. The bottom hinge is still intact, but the top two hinges on the driver's door got cut on the body side. And similarly here, we have the center hinge, which is still intact. The bottom one, just the pin removed, and the top one, the pin removed, which is good because a lot of times they just cut them. So I'm glad they didn't. This is fresh out of the barn. You see the marks from the straps. Fresh out of the barn. 70 years of dust. You see the paint chipping off that old house paint probably that was brushed on. It looks like it was brushed on. But look at the condition of these doors. I think you'd be pretty hard pressed up here in New England to find another set of doors that are in this condition. One little spot right there. One little spot. But everything, that one's locked. This one works. Still have the locks on them here. Everything does work. Okay. This window did roll up and down yesterday. Unfortunately, the regulator, like I said, it snapped. It's simple enough to fix that. Just sucks that it lasted its whole life. You can see where the original pockets were on these door cards. It's nice that they're still intact. It's still there. Get the windlace. That's still on the door. I mean, these things are in beautiful shape. Absolutely beautiful condition. And the passenger door is in the same condition. Door cards. Door cards a little banged up, but you can see everything that was there. The regulator in this door is in there, but there's no glass. So these doors are for a 3031 Model A two-door sedan or a pickup truck. They'll also fit on a AA pickup. This seat is the passenger seat. Got raccoon poop. And how I know it's the passenger seat is it has these posts. And these posts would pivot. All original. I guess it would be good for someone for, rebuilding a Model A sedan who needs a passenger seat. Original 3031 headlights, original wiring, the original metal looms that come off the wiring, still intact, the plug. We got one 1935 16-inch wire wheel. So this is a 16 by 4. This is 1 year only that they made these. This is the same wheel that I just had powder coated for the 27T. Chubb had originally sent me pictures of these wheels. I got really excited, and the reason why is these are 18-inch, as you can see, in their bent spoke. So these are 18-inch Kelsey Hayes bench spoke. I got really excited because I thought they were for a Ford. But if you count those lug holes, I learned pretty quick that they're not for a Ford. It's most likely for a GM product. This is probably a Chevrolet wheel, 18-inch Chevrolet wheel. Obviously not as desirable as an 18-inch early Ford wheel. An 18-inch early Ford wheel, 18-inch bent spoke, would have probably been an option wheel for 1932. That was the size of the wheels that Henry Ford manufactured for 32 Fords, was an 18-inch wheel. So I was excited because I was going to have these powder coated black, find some 18-inch rear tires, and possibly run these on the T if I decided to. I'd at least have the option. But unfortunately, that's not an option now, seeing how there's 6 lugs. And then off that same two-door sedan or pickup is the windshield frame. It's complete. It's covered in pigeon poop, as you can see. But there's no rust through. As far as I can see at this point, it's still got the windshield wiper. The hinge works. Works really good, actually. Underneath, there's no rot through. Still got the original paint on it. One of the arms is missing, but that's simple fix. I wrapped this up because when things get pressed together, that's usually where the windshield will break. That is a Model A, 1930-31 Model A Ford closed car windshield. But to be specific, I do believe it came off of a sedan or a pickup. So those are some of the things I went and picked up from Chubb. This was something that he gave me. Probably throw a cap on it and just put it out in front of the gas station for Allie. A few of these things kicking around out here, you know. People like looking at this stuff when they come over. It's shell, but that's okay. I got Texaco signed behind the golf pole. All right, and then Chubb also gave me a small little piece of railroad track just to use as an anvil. Gave me a toolbox. Chubb has a lot of tools. Threw some tools in here. A lot of sockets, wrenches, all types of stuff. Also gave me this old AC Delco, I believe, Sure Ride shock absorber cabinet, which I like for this garage because it's extra storage. I can put all my tools in cases. I can put them in here. It won't stay there, but for now it's going to sit there. And that's it. A couple other little small odds and ends that he gave me, which is great. It certainly does help. Him and his wife Barbara took me to lunch out to a really cool restaurant out near them in Cobleskill. He gave me this vise too. I know this is probably a woodworking vise. He told me it probably was, but I'm gonna see if I can adapt this right here on the underside of my table on the beam and possibly use it just to hold stuff for welding and whatnot. Who knows, welding, grinding. Figure with these flat jaws on it, it might come in handy. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll move it along to somebody else. But if anybody's interested in the Model A doors and the Model A parts, the seat, those 2 Chevy 18-inch wheels, and the windshield, those parts are for sale. The headlights. At this time, I don't really have any use for them. Chubb told me, do whatever you want. They're yours to do whatever you want with. And I certainly appreciate that. He understands that, you know, this is kind of all about the hustle when it comes right down to it. So that's how I build my cars. So those Model A doors are going to be for sale. I'm going to go a quick cleanup on them right now. Try to get all the bird poop off the windshield and see if I can clean up that 16-inch wire wheel, because it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So I just want to show you guys what I ended up getting from Chubb yesterday. It was a good day. It was a tough drive. It was a long day. I ended up taking a nap on my way home, halfway home, 2 hours in, because I just couldn't do it anymore and didn't want to risk it. So get these things cleaned up and see what these doors really look like with all the bird poop taken off of them. So bummed this broke. So bummed.
Smile when you laugh, your younger brother's favorite food, the way you watch the evening news, the freckles on your skin, the way you start your stories from the end. Oh.
Running out of water, but I have more Super Clean. Just gonna add it to my bucket.
Now that it's over, is there someplace I can trade in all this lovesick information? Now that it's over, and now that it's through, tell me what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
Alright guys, I got everything kind of cleaned up for now, best I can. I didn't want to break out my hose and everything. I've already put it all away because it's been cold here and I don't want things to freeze. So I got the doors cleaned up, and it's going to show you the doors, the headlights, and the windshield frame. That's basically what I got cleaned. And I'll show you guys the condition of it. These are in really, really nice shape. Probably the nicest sedan truck doors, Model A, that I've ever seen, or certainly the cleanest ones I've ever had in my possession. All right guys, this is the driver's door. Cleaned up the window glass best I could. So it appears that these have had one repaint. You can see the brush strokes at some point in their lifetime before they were removed from whatever vehicle they were on. They were brush painted, which is cool, because it's certainly something a lot of people did back in the day. This is the driver's side door. The whole door is beautiful. That's the original paint inside the jam area. This top cover, it's in nice shape, all original paint. Still got the wind lace on it. Like I said, the body side of the hinges, on a few of the hinges have been cut, or they were removed. The bottom of the door is in beautiful shape as well. Underneath, there's one little spot right there at the tip of my finger, just starting to pop through. Been tucked away for 70 years. I guess they're not going to remain perfect. Like I said, you can see the old paint. You can see the new paint, which is actually, the luster is kind of gone, but if you look close underneath, you can see the old shiny black paint that was originally sprayed on the truck or car back in 1930 or 31. And again, a little more rust on the front of this one, but it's all original paint. Same as on the back side of the door. You don't often find doors like this. This door card's a little rough shape. I wouldn't expect someone to reuse them, but you could always use them as a template. But you can see again, just the original black paint underneath. Metal's just in beautiful condition. This would certainly be nice to have as a template. Like I said, everything works. Window regulator works. There's just no glass in this particular door. You got the middle hinge on this side, that's it. The other two, the pins were popped off. It's the windshield frame, again, original black paint. Windshield wiper intact. One of the window arms is on, one of them's missing. I'm sure it got pillaged for another vehicle at some point in time. The one little crack in the window on the bottom. But if you decide you want to pop this on some type of a vehicle, you know, a patina type car, something you weren't restoring. I mean, I know it's not safety glass, but you could always run that windshield if you really wanted to. The hinge works nice. And here's the headlights. I just hit them with a rag real quick. Rinsed them off, washed them down. Lenses are in good shape. You're gonna have to obviously replace the bulb inside. The lenses are in nice shape. Those will clean up good. No damage, no dents. Just all in all, been sitting for 70 years. It's someone really took care of them. Clean these wheels up after the fact. See if I can move those 18-inch wheels along because they're really of no use to me. It's Chevrolet pattern. So maybe there's someone local that needs them. Anyone local needs a sedan seat, let me know. I can strip the cushions off and sell just the frame, whatever you guys want. And I'm going to hang on to this wheel. These are always nice to have. I could do without the pigeon shit though. But it's original black paint under there too. So I'm looking forward to getting that cleaned up. Gonna break out the power washer for that though. This soft little bristle brush isn't gonna do it. Alright guys, so that's what I brought home from Chub's place yesterday. Chub, I'm sure you're watching this, you watch all the videos. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. It was great to meet you and your wife Barb yesterday. The place we went to yesterday was wonderful. The lunch we had, and yeah, it was just all in all, it was a good day. It was great to meet a somewhat local viewer. And he's been watching the channel since I think basically day one. There's a lot of you guys out there, and I wanted to say thank you to you guys and the people that have been following along since the beginning, the people that have been just recently following along. Today's Sunday. I promised Allie I would do some Christmas shopping with her today, getting close to the holidays. So I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I'd prefer not to ship the doors, but if you guys have an option and you want them and you're willing to pay to get them to wherever you are, I'm not opposed to loading them on a pallet and shipping them with Fastenal or something like that. I'd prefer someone local. So if you're local and you're in the market for some Model A sedan or truck doors, shoot me a message. Email is thisoldhotrod@gmail.com. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Catch you soon. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe. Got some cool things coming to the channel, as I told you guys last week. Yeah, just good stuff. Appreciate it guys. See ya. Bye-bye.